Are you tired of feeling scattered, of constantly being on but never really present? Here's the truth. You don't need more discipline or motivation. What you actually do need is an energy reset. In the coming up 30 days, you can reclaim your clarity, focus, and peace without the hustle and the bustle, the guilt, or the overwhelm. Because here's the truth. When you shift your energy, everything else will fall into place. Your mindset, your boundaries, and obviously your results too. This is your 30-day framework to go from drained and distracted to grounded, clear, and unstoppable. When women tell me that they feel stuck, it's actually never because they're not doing enough. However, it is because their energy is scattered across too many directions, too many open tabs, too many yeses given, too little space to just simply be. And obviously, I get that. Ambitious women carry a lot, like responsibility, creativity, ambition, emotion, all the things. But the truth is, your energy is your most valuable currency. And when you learn to manage it, everything begins to flow again. So today I will guide you through my 30-day energy shift built around 4 simple phases that will help you recharge without slowing down and expand without the burnout. None of them has been asking for this. Nobody needs that burnout. And by the end of this episode, you will have a grounded plan to feel free, feel calm, focused, and powerful again in just 30 days. So please grab your pen and paper and let's get ready. Welcome to You Can and You Will. I'm your ace. I'm Kathrine Louis, executive coach for ambitious women, communication consultant for C-level leaders in one of Europe's largest groups, and proud mama of 3. On this podcast, we talk about what it really takes to step into your next level, the strategy, the energy, and the identity behind unstoppable success. Because the moment you align with who you are, with what you do, success stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like inevitable. If this resonates with you, make sure to subscribe and leave a 5-star review and share this episode with a friend, a loved one, or a coworker who really needs this message today. Also, I do have a little gift for you at the end, so make sure to stay tuned because you really don't want to miss that. So this 30-day energy reset framework, which I designed just for you, it's not about doing 30 new things, one thing every single day that will have you like completely overwhelmed latest by day 4. No, it's about moving through 4 powerful phases, one each week, that gradually shift your energy from survival mode into leadership mode. And I specifically designed one per week so that energy can like completely settle in. Okay, so starting over with week number 1, we really want to clear that noise. Like we want to make space for clarity because this is what it's all about. Your first step is not to add more. However, we're going to clean out. Yes, it's time to remove some things, right? Because you cannot reset in chaos. It's just not possible. And I assume that you know that. So start by cutting the noise. Fewer notifications, fewer voices, fewer unnecessary tasks. And you would be surprised because we're all so busy with being busy. Oftentimes, so much of that is unnecessary. So clean one space, physical or digital, that really feels heavy and overwhelming. Like when you just think about going there or opening up that device, you're already overwhelmed. This is where you want to start. Just picture some messy place and then think about it. How would you create something aligned, something powerful, something magnetic, something just you in chaos. It is not possible. Also, what's super important for week number 1, really need you to try to go to bed earlier. I mean, actually, don't try. Just do it. My dad always says, don't try, do. Yes, he's got a point. Say no once, at least once, because I know if you haven't been setting boundaries, this is going to feel like a lot, but this is where we want to head to. And then breathe every single time before you react to just anything. Take that time, take the power, and then you will actually be amazed on how quickly peace will return to you when you simply stop allowing what drains the F out of you. So here's a little mini practice that you can do every single morning of week 1, where we clear the noise and make space for clarity. I really need you to ask yourself, first thing in the morning, what do I actually have the energy for today? Like, just thinking about asking yourself that, like, do I actually have the energy for that today? Is it actually aligned? It almost feels like an audacity because our life is always structured around schedules and appointments and meetings and social activities and all the things. But really, I mean, honor yourself. Do you actually have that energy for today? And then I really need you to give yourself permission to honor that answer that's going to come out. Now, moving over to week number 2, which is going to feel so powerful, and I truly love it. It is focus and flow. Rebuild your rhythm. Because once you have created that space, it is actually time to bring that structure back. I mean, the kind that serves you and not the other way around, or everybody else and their mother but you. I really need you to think about and decide and listen, not just thinking, but also make a decision when you feel the most productive, and protect those hours like they are sacred, because guess what? They actually are sacred. So for me, for instance, I've always been one, even back in school, who was able to really be focused and creative later at night before I go to bed, because it felt like the world was so quiet and so calm. No phone ringing, no emails, no nothing. So those are the hours I'm seriously being so protective over. So ask yourself, when is that for you? Is that maybe very early in the morning, or is that maybe in the afternoon? I really need you to think about it. And most likely for you as well, this has been like this for your entire life. And then next step, you really want to simplify your to-dos, like batch the basics. What can you do in batches? For instance, running errands. Can you do that all in one go? Because honestly, this is costing so much time. Can you have those groceries being delivered? Can you do, if you create something, can you do that in batches? Really think about how you can simplify the task that you have to do, and how can you make it actually easier on yourself. The other thing which I truly love is let your days have those edges again. What I mean by that is, like, you really want to have clear starts and intentional endings. And by intentional endings, I'm not talking about you scrolling on your phone on the socials for an hour or two, because we apparently have to wind down. And don't worry, I'm guilty of this. I'm completely guilty of this. But do you understand that you are not doing a service to yourself? Because in the time that you're scrolling, being completely exhausted from your day and your energy most likely super drained, you are consuming other people's energy. You have to be aware of that. Not talking about the blue light, which is going to mess up everything in your system and your body, but this is what I'm saying. intentional ending. So what do you do, or what can you do at night that's gonna actually recharge your batteries, that's gonna make you feel so good, that is really nourishing your soul? So do you maybe like to read? Do you like to take a bath, just like 30 minutes in silence to yourself? Do you like to, I don't know, journal? Whatever it is, have that intentional ending every single night. And obviously, you don't have to do the same thing every day, but you could take a bath on one day. Then the next day, you read a book. The other day, maybe just want to chill a little bit. Whatever it is, be very intentional about it, and you will be surprised about how that's going to shift your energy. And this is actually why. Let me explain. Flow and being aligned and, being in your energy is not about speed. It is about being present. So our mini practice for week number 2 is actually create 1 power hour per day, 60 minutes, no distractions, to move one priority forward. What is the one thing that you're really trying to build, that you really want to focus on? And then just think about it. 1 hour a day, just this one single hour, done consistently, is actually going to transform your entire month. That hour that we usually, and I know we are all busy, right? But I also know we're wasting some time somewhere because we're tired. However, if you can get yourself into spending it intentionally in this power hour, it will actually provide you with energy. And just think about how that's going to accumulate over the month and what that's going to do to your life. Week number 3, calm and confidence, regulate to rise. And this week is actually all about your inner world catching up with your outer structures. Let me explain. I really want you to replace rush with rhythm. I really need you to breathe before you decide. I really want you to journal on what is working and not on what is missing. Because confidence is built in calm moments when your nervous system trusts that you can hold more without collapsing. And that's actually one of the biggest keys to regulating your nervous system or adapting to something new. Because we know when our nervous system is not used to something, self-sabotage is a biggie. So when you can actually be calm and work in those calm moments on your nervous system, that's going to make self-regulation your absolute superpower. So how you can support that is, I need you to choose one daily calm cue, like a breathing pattern, a mantra, or just a 2-minute ritual that says, I am centered, I am safe, I am leading. And I need you to repeat that before every important conversation or task. And by the way, another one, which is a biggie, which just crosses my mind, is besides breathing, what you can do too, and I'm honestly surprised that nobody ever really talks about this, but how you can support breath work is by humming. So my mom used to do that back in the 80s. I remember that. And I was just like thinking, what the heck is she doing? But that's actually so powerful. So when you want to support your breath work with humming, and I really want to encourage you to try it, because I know for the first time when I was suggested to try humming, I was like, what the heck? But it's actually so powerful. So try to support breathing by humming, and that's a whole magic to itself. Okay, so entering week number 4, embody and expand, step into your power. So now that you're clear and calm, it is time to embody that woman who leads her life and not just reacting to everything. Okay, so I need you to stop waiting for that moment, for more money, for less chaos. It's just stop waiting. You're going to wait for the rest of your life. We all tend to be so focused on prepping and researching and getting ready. No, you have to start now. You have to start showing up as her now. And just start by making one bold decision. And then take one action that reflects your next level energy and not your old exhaustion. What I always tell my clients, and that's such a common thing, and I need you to understand that. We were just talking about our nervous system, right? So when you do decisions as her, and when you make that bold decision, chances are, and I'm sharing this with you so you are actually prepared for that moment, chances are you gonna feel like and I'm very serious, because when you move outside of your comfort zone, when you do decisions, make decisions that you've never been doing before, things that are seem to be completely out of character, because remember, we want to up level, right? Obviously you're not going to feel positive about this because your nervous system is trying to keep you quote unquote safe. That's how it works. This is why I was just talking about self-sabotage being a biggie and all of this. And that's a very subconscious thing. That's not something you do consciously. So just be aware of this. And what I tell my clients all the time is the more you feel I can't say that obviously, the more you feel that, the more you actually can be very certain about the fact that you are in fact moving in the right direction. So honestly, it's more like you literally want to lean into the discomfort. That's how you know you're on track. And that, very strangely, is actually the best confirmation you could ever receive. This is how you can realize and understand, oh, yes, I'm headed into the right direction. We are making progress here. And then lastly, I truly need you to celebrate, because honestly, the moment that you start acting from power instead of pressure, when you start being in alignment and, acting as that version of you, that identity of you that is that woman you're trying to become, that is when you have already shifted. Blank period. It's done. So, how you can support that in week 4, where we embody and expand and really step into our power, I really need you to ask yourself every single morning, what would my unstoppable self do today? You could also say your name like 2.0. Like, what would she do today? Sometimes it is so much more easy to ask yourself such a question, because if you ask yourself, so what would I do today? Chances are you're going to fall back into old patterns, because this is what you would normally do or what you used to do. So it is very important to almost name that identity you're growing into, that you're shifting into day by day, decision by decision. And really, it is easier to attach that to such a name and then feel like, okay, so what's she going to do? Because that can literally be your GPS. And then obviously, you're going to move exactly that way. And by the way, that's actually the most powerful practice ever, like ever. And before I let you go, this is really what I want you to know. You do not need to wait for your schedule to open up, because that's not going to happen. For your kids to sleep longer, because probably not going to happen. Or for things to shift at your work, because guess what? Probably not going to happen. However, you can shift now. It is in the small choices. It is one boundary. It is one deep breath at a time. Remember, we often underestimate that drastically, how much such little shifts accumulate into that identity we're trying to grow into. And here's the thing, women who become unstoppable are not the ones who do more. I need you to not mistaken that. It's not about hustling harder. It's not about working even more. And I bet you already work a lot. So that's obviously not the solution. And that's obvious because women who actually are unstoppable, they are the ones who master their energy. And they let that energy lead everything else. And they do that thing where they take a deep breath before they decide, where they do the breath work, where they are intentional about their time, about their evenings, all that things. This is what an unstoppable woman truly is about and what she does. So, as we already agreed upon, we're not going to wait for that day. We're not going to wait no more for the money to come in. We're not going to wait for, I don't know, being skinny, losing 10 pounds, whatnot. No, we don't do that. We start today. We're going to be clear. We're going to have that focus. We're going to be calm. And we're going to embody for 4 weeks, week by week. Remember, the clue here is to really take it week by week and not overwhelm yourself so that energy shift can actually settle in. And truth to be told, that is all that it takes to remember your power. So, before I let you go, I promised you a little gift. So here we are. I created something very special for you. I used to have that DIY wallpaper for your phone, and everybody's been asking me to create one because I guess not everybody is a big fan of Canva like me. So I am so happy I created a 2026 vision board wallpaper for your phone. It is designed as a daily reminder of the woman you're becoming, calm, confident, and completely in control of your next chapter. And I know you're going to love it. And this kind of visual daily reminder is so extremely powerful because, seriously, is there anything we look at more often than our phone screen? So there you go. It's really going to challenge your mind. It's going to broaden your mindset. You're going to be obsessed with it. You can actually download it now for free. The link is down in the show notes. Set it as your lock screen and then start embodying her energy every single day. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.